Okay, so welcome everybody to yet another daily dose of swipe. Today is number 46, I believe. Anything, anyways, anything. Anyways, yeah. If you're watching this video, you're probably a copywriter or a marketer, and you're watching this, or somebody or some who has something to do with this field, right? Advertising in general. So, um, what we do here is break down long form, short form, all sorts of copy, right? Ads, funnels. Today we're doing a funnel breakdown, by the way, and so that we can extract the principles that our competitors and industry leaders apply in their business, and synthesize all of the lessons and implement into our own businesses, so that we can make hell of a lot more money. And that's what we are all here for at the end of the day, right? So today we're doing a funnel breakdown from predictableprosperity.com. They're selling high ticket, probably 2k, from what I could come up with. They were not running any ads. I don't know why. Maybe I just wasn't able to find them, or they're doing just good old media buying, maybe like buying lists and shit. Maybe they do just email marketing, and maybe they stop running ads. Anyways, I just wasn't like capable enough to find it. Maybe they're doing Google ads, Twitter ads. They're probably running ads where their ideal traffic is, right? Now, for financial, it could be buying lists from other financial publishers for whatever the amount is. As for how I found about it, is I was watching one of Frank Kern's video. You know that if you watched the last video or two, you know that we like broke down his Ojoy.ai's funnel. But so we're doing one for them as well. So he mentioned about he used this page as the example. So I thought like I'd break down, because we haven't actually done these type of or let's say high ticket or coaching something info, right? Info space. We haven't done a high ticket sales, I'm sorry, high ticket coaching funnel breakdown. Of course, like majority of them were high ticket coaching funnels, but this time it's for financial. And I was quite interested, because this is high ticket. 2k is not a low sum of money, and people who like purchase these kind of stuff have tend to have like higher average order value, plus higher LTV as well, like lifetime value per customer, because they they tend to spend more money. They are interested in like investing a certain amount and making huge returns at the end of it, and that is the target market. Look, like parents over the age of 35, they have a unique positioning. Now, let's before like what we're right now we're talking about the environment of the whole thing. I can like do the whole comment thing that I usually do on my videos, because I can print it out as a printed version, comes all distorted and shit. So let's just break down on the page itself. If you're ever watching this, maybe like a year or two from now, you could just Google this link, and maybe you're going to be directed. You could see like what they're using right now for you. I don't know when you're watching, and this is going to be the when you sign up, you're going to get the email, which is this one. I'm probably going to add this one as a PDF to our swipe file, and this is the funnel itself. So whenever you search predictableprosperity.com, you're going to get directed to this page, and then you're going to get opted in, and they're gonna get your email. Okay, so they have the socials. Good. We should do a socials like breakdown as well. We could see their funnel, but I can't currently do it because I have some extensions in my PC, and I was too lazy to remove them. So market sophistication and market awareness. Probably people above the ages of 35 get these pitches all the time, right? I would help you make more money, like buy my stock options, and I'm gonna help you stand financially, blah blah blah, all sorts of stuff like that. So you'd have to have unique positioning. Now this case is like helping families avoid financial sabotage. Good positioning. I've never seen one, but I don't know how well it appeals to the ideal prospect, because I'm not one of the operators, or I'm not one of the sales guy who knows what's going on behind the scenes. I'm just trying to do a brief analysis of my own. So I'm just gonna give brainstorm what could be working potentially. I wouldn't know for sure, so take every advice or every breakdown I do with a grain of salt, right? So market sophistication, that's the market sophistication level. Like people aren't, I don't think like they're that sophisticated. They're sophisticated in a sense that they've heard all sorts of claims already, but they haven't like heard this one specifically. Know what I mean? They haven't heard like this unique positioning and this niche topic or niche headline or niche service. So there's that market sophistication. Now market awareness. Now see like who they're targeting. They're targeting unaware traffic or problem aware traffic, right? Attention parents over the age of 35. We help families avoid financial sabotage and eliminate uncertainty to build lasting prosperity. How we nearly lost everything and the simple code that turned it all around to create predictable prosperity. Watch our free masterclass to unlock the 7-step formula for building generational wealth before it's too late. Okay, this is a good headline and free masterclass. Now this is like a long form VSL. Yeah, this is the masterclass, by the way. And I don't think what's the CDA? Probably DM me this word, or probably like it's gonna pop off when I'm somewhere in between. Or if like 5 to 10 minutes in delayed, is it delayed? Yeah, so testimonials, I guess, case studies. Okay, so social proof. By the way, this is just a long form VSL. Now we are talking about the market awareness. Now see like who are they targeting? They're not targeting, people who already know about it. This is not a backend promo by any chance, right? By any means. You'd recognize a backend promo if the headline is kind of complex, or let's say if the headline is kind of niche, right? It's not like the niche that I'm talking about is uh, it's different from I don't know what I'm trying to say. Anyways, this is a front end promo, or let's say front end client out there. They're just trying to acquire your details and hit the ground running and get you to act and show some form of action, meaning like opting in so that you can see their masterclass, which is like a 2 hour long VSL, and you're gonna unlock the 7-step formula, which is just they breaking the beliefs, your false beliefs, and showing you proof that they can do it. They're just gonna highlight the problem and give you like, if like possibly they might give you solutions, they might not, because it's just hard, right? It's a 2 hour video and you are not even able to compress all of that into a 2 hour video. So imagine like info, there's a reason info space exists, right? Yeah, market awareness. So they're targeting either unaware people. We help now. Probably they're not attracting unaware people, right? People who attention parents over the age of 35. This does the filtering out, right? This does the niche selection thing. Anybody who's not above the age of 35 won't be actually interested in, because they are young couples. They just got married or something. They are on cloud nine. They have good money, but soon they realize that they have to start saving up for the family, or let's say build lasting properties or build a legacy and leave it for the future children's and grandchildren's. um so there's that problem, or their problem, or they are suffering with problem. Of course they're suffering with problem because they are a problem. The their problem is like saving up. They're afraid that if they just want to leave something for their future children and grandchildren, right? They want to not just do it for their children's, and they also want to do it for themselves so that they can have a peaceful retirement and something like that. They're wealth driven, they're greed driven. In this case, greed does not mean that it's bad. It just means that they're trying to fulfill something for themselves and have a higher quality of life. We help families avoid financial sabotage. And so financial sabotage, that's a that's a like a good angle. They're testing it, by the way. When I watched Frank's video, they had a separate angle in this. Now they've changed it to this. So they're testing the headline, I guess. How we nearly lost everything and the simple code. Let's not talk about that stuff. And eliminate uncertainty to build lasting prosperity. Now, financial sabotage. Now, what does that mean in this case? It probably means, them heavily spending money or not saving up or not doing, like, not investing or not using the money wisely. Financial sabotage. Maybe this is a common term that the ideal customer uses, and eliminate uncertainty. Hmm, to build lasting prosperity. You kind of get the gist of what they are trying to do. Yeah, they're trying to help you somewhat financially, but then the other headline that follows it, the what is it called? Dick copy, Dick and eyebrow. I think, yeah, probably. But the other one makes sense, right? How we nearly lost everything in a simple code that turned it around all around to create predictable prosperity. Watched Watch our, so this is the whole angle, right? Predictable prosperity. Watch our free masterclass to unlock the seven-step formula for building generational wealth before it's too late. Yeah, that's the natural urgency, right? Building generational wealth is the main core benefit or the big idea, or lasting property, which is, let's say, somewhere along the lines of building generational wealth. So it makes sense. Now, seven-step formula, that's specific, which is kind of okay. As for the target audience, now, as I said, they probably bought media, like did media buying and stuff. Maybe are they're promoting to some, like, we did a sponsorship breakdown, right? Sponsorship funnel breakdown of the Manhattan Project, which was sent to a health specific niche, right? So probably they're gonna do the same thing. Maybe they're gonna find some complementary, some space, some service providers or some newsletter brands or health brands or relationship brands or even wealth brands, and just reach out to them, ask for and pay them for the front end customer acquisition, probably do an annual newsletter kind of thing, and just run a promo on their list, and give them some commission for it, and give them the commission for whatever they make, and which is going to be the front-end acquisition, that acquisition cost, which is going to be huge, but they're going to make a lot of money in the back end, and all of it's going to be profit for them. That is the strategy I believe they're following, because I was not able to track the, organic. It wasn't, probably it's not that huge, the organic. So they're definitely running ads, but I was not able to find their ads either. And it's not, I just searched on Facebook. Maybe the target market does not scroll on Facebook, but given that, people over the ages of 35 generally tend to use Facebook more. And but let's say their ideal prospect does not scroll on Facebook. Maybe they're conscious of themselves not wasting their time, so they're on Twitter or LinkedIn, or I don't know where else. Where else could you think, like, these people could be somewhere in somebody's newsletters, right? That is what we just talked about. So there's that part. So the who part we talked about, right? The people who have problems, who want to build lasting legacy, and who want their children and grandchildren to not have any problems with their upbringing, and so they can also have peaceful retirement, and they want predictable income, and by the time they retire, thing same. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You need money. You don't have to, right? You don't have to dig deep into their pain. Of course, you have to, meaning, but you don't have to make it obvious and by mentioning it in your headline or something, right? So, okay, the prospects done. We've talked about the sophistication level. We've talked about the awareness level. Let's talk about now. What we generally do. The copy in this case should only be the bridge between the offer slash product and the ideal prospect. So you just need to not fuck up, right? But you're trying to get them to act, right? You're trying to get them to, sign up for your and for your stuff and give your email. So that is, not that huge of a commitment, but this is the ground running, and they have taken an action. It's up to you to take them further along the lines, and in this case copywriting plays a huge role. But the whole, you see, but without the people, without the ideal prospect, the list, the media buyers, without or the right, if this thing goes to the wrong people, they're not gonna buy it. For example, if this, if they're running ads, and if only like 20-year-olds or 30-year-olds or newlyweds are seeing this, it wouldn't sell as good as it would. What the hell? It wouldn't sell as good as it would if it was, directed to the list that we just talked about, the quality list or quality audience. um, so that part is very important, because you should, and that is, I believe, the most important part, because a hungry market, you whenever, if you need to sell hot dogs, all you need is a hungry market. You don't even need to have the best hot dogs, you just need a hot dog, if you know what I mean, right? And all the copy has to do in this specific case is to tell them that there's a hot dog available here. Like, all that is need to do, it does not have to say that it's tasty, or it can, yeah, of course, it would lead to conversions, right? It could increase the conversions, but you see, like, how it just has to not fuck up, right? It just has to say, like, there's a hot dog available. It does not have to, like, say, like, there's a secret available here or something like that, right? Well, whack ass. They already know they want to buy, so just get them to, right? And does not mean that you should ignore copywriting in this sense, because I'm a copywriter myself, and if I'm trying to degrade what I do, it does not make sense. So all in all, this is the bigger picture. This is what it matters. On this is, the most important part. Copy is only the 20%. Offer and service is 40% of the job. Ideal prospect is the 40% of the job. Copywriting is only 20%, meaning it just acts as the bridge, in my opinion. So all in all, we covered the big idea and grand scheme of things. Of course, it's not accurate. I missed the shot. I probably did, because we do not know who they're actually targeting and what their back end funnel looks like. I try to repeat it because I don't want you to, take away wrong concepts of these videos. Okay. So good logo, attention, parents over the age, qualifying the right away, qualifying the traffic right away. We have families, avoid financial sabotage. Maybe this could be the, a term that the ideal prospect use. By the way, we're now getting to the sauce, breaking down the whole thing. Eliminate, maybe they want to eliminate uncertainty of, whether they're gonna have enough money, or whether they're gonna. Now, this whole thing of lasting prosperity and generational wealth, this comes, this arises because of ego, right? They want to be a wealthy, high status family, or something rich, right? Something like that. They want to be different from all of the, they want to stand out. They don't want to keep up with the Jones and Jonases, meaning, like, want to keep up with the Jones and Jonases, given that the Jones and Jonases are rich. See, that is the underlying emotion, building lasting prosperity. People, this is like the underlying emotion, right? Generational wealth. But they just say that, like, oh, what's the, what do you think, like, people say on the surface whenever they say people, like, being financially smart or something, or making financially smart decisions? They say, oh, I'm doing, there's a greater purpose, right? I'm doing it for my family, right? I have to do it for my family, but it's not they want to do it for the family alone. They want to at least, like, they want to feel that they're doing it for the family. They feel that they're doing it for family, but deep down, they're doing it for themselves. They want to see their family. They want to see their family be wealthy. The family alone is not, right? The family did never ask for it, but the person who wants to build generational wealth, thinks that if he had, then they would be a higher status family and stuff like that. I hope, like, this is one of the underlying concepts, a potential, by the way, as I said, to build lasting. Okay, this is the ideal. We help, so, right, we just help. we do this. No more, beating around the bush, because you see, like, this is not a sales kind of website, right? It's just their main website, predictableprosperity.com. So, there's that. This is not a specific financial promo. This is just a website. We help families avoid financial sabotage and eliminate uncertainty to build. Now, it looks like a normal page, but it's more educational based, right? How we nearly lost everything and the simple code that turned it around to create predictable prosperity. Watch our free masterclass. So this is the action. This is the fascination, like 7-step formula for building generational wealth. Now this is the ideal situation the prospect wants to be in before it's too late. Now the urgency part, and it kind of builds safe and predictable emotion. Whenever they say predictable, the word predictable, the one of the huge eight emotions, right? Big, fast, new, easy, safe, and big. Only anybody predictable, fast. It's safe and predictable because they've already done it, because they have done it from the ground up. How we nearly lost everything. And this is free, so it just reduces the whole friction. By the way, we could do the VSO breakdown on this page. We're not gonna do, obviously, the VSO breakdown on the other page because it's 2 hours long. And you know what happened, like the last VSO we broke down was 1 hour long and it took 2. So if we break this down, it's gonna take another 4. So this is a clear CDA in first person CDA. Show me how you can help us. Discover how new proprietary breakthroughs discover how new, easy, safe, and big. Discover. No, they do not say learn. Whenever you say discover, people feel like there's a new element to it rather than learn is boring. Breakthrough is like a power word. Proprietary is also a power word in elevating your financial IQ. How can transform the quality of your life and those who you love. And this is the ideal. This is like the benefit of the ideal reader. As seen on now, this is the social proof. Forbes. Who's behind predictable prosperity? Now it's a guru section, right? Well, it's always the same headline, some lead, which now in this case the VSL acts as the lead, or the entire compressed sales message. The guru section, who are doing it and what they are trying to achieve with that, and more social proof. Now this is all you need to get to another page. You don't have to make it deep, like write a 2,000 word sales letter or something like that. Okay, that's all there is. We're not gonna when they're just trying to position themselves, they're gonna say the best words. It's not that they're gonna say, but there's more proof, right? There's more testimonials. Now it is very verified by Trustpilot, I guess, or not. This is not Trustpilot verified, I guess. They just put it. So another CDA. So opt-in page checked, right? Now let's break down the VSL.
It's too late.
That's exactly what happened to us. Tina.
You procrastinate.
Hi, I'm Jeff Ziegler.
And I'm Tina Ziegler.
My speaker is so fucked up. I don't know if you can hear the VSL, if it's recorded by the system or not. I hope it is.
We're so glad you stopped by to learn more. The number one killer for families for building wealth is being comfortable. Because when you're comfortable...
By the way, all they're gonna talk about is just expand upon the headline, right? All they're gonna do is like expand upon the headline. They just talk this, right? They're just gonna cover the complementary emotions, like why they're doing this, the reason behind this, and the environment we are in, and the benefit we want to achieve, that sort of stuff, right? Just normal human conversation, not hard. It does not have to be that salesy, because it's just opt-in page. Like, just don't fuck up.
You procrastinate, you're resistant to change, and worst of all,
we're not gonna break down word by word because, yeah, as I said, it's an opt-in page.
Overconfident, sometimes until it's too late.
That's exactly what happened to us. Tina was a stay-at-home mom with our 5 little boys. I was in the rat race and wanted out like crazy so I could spend more time with her and our 5 boys. And then in November of 2006, it happened because I'd built our passive income to be higher than our monthly expenses, and life was awesome. But in 2016, it all came crashing down, which I'll tell you about more in the masterclass so you can avoid it.
After
Or which I'm going to talk about more in the masterclass. So he just opened the loop. The more loops you open, the higher the likelihood that the reader stays until the end and actually consumes all of the sales messages and retains most of the information, so that you become the go-to authority temporarily. Of course, that does not happen permanently. So that they are more likely to take action in their given conversion or sales window or conversion cycle.
many difficult years with sleepless nights and the fear of honestly not getting through it, we learned a ton. But we took what we learned and we rebuilt everything together.
Yeah, this is trying to relate to the person, the ideal prospect who lands on this page.
With a stronger foundation. And now
Because stories, yeah, you have to tell your story, because if not, they're not going to relate to you. You do not look like an actual human being, and you come off as some insensitive, right? You come off as somebody who does not understand them. And if the other guy, your competitor, does it, he's gonna acquire the customer. Like, come on. That's why like marketing is like an important game. Because if you have a good service and if you're not marketing it, then you're doing a disgrace to the world. You're letting your ideal prospects you're letting the competitors take majority of your ideal prospects, and maybe they're gonna get scammed. You're actually saving them by making bigger claims, because if you're trying to do something good, and if you know your product is great and that they're gonna get results with it, then you have to go what is the statement called? Yeah, you have to go a mile forward. What was the? Yeah, you have to go an extra mile. Yeah, I do not know.
we help families like ours avoid the mistakes we made so they can become wealthier every day with 100% certainty and safety.
Now, if you're anything like Tina and I, you're probably concerned about what's happening in the world today with the lack of sound values that our kids are faced with, the economy, record high inflation, excessive government spending, our national debt, all the mandates, and even countries that are posturing for war right now. And frankly, you have every reason to be concerned. But I do want to offer you a bit of encouragement right now. Tina and I believe that everyone should hope and pray for the best, but prepare and plan for the worst. And we're going to show you how.
You're going to love this training. If you have a good household income, you're successful, you have income, but maybe you're concerned or worried that you're not turning that income into wealth and financial security as quickly and systematically as you.
See, they're just, trying to appeal to the affluent people. They're not trying to appeal to the general public. And probably the media buying process complements this specific, brand value. Because you can't, go around promoting the broke people, and this is gonna, ruin your sales process. Generally, that's what happens in high ticket. If it's like low ticket, some membership stuff, yeah, you can go general as broad as you want, but you can't do that with higher ticket stuff because of them. Let's say like a broke family who barely earns 5 to 6K, and is like majority of the money is spent on food and rent and all sorts of stuff like that. They're hardly gonna have 2K set aside for stuff like this, and what they're gonna do is they're gonna they feel like the life revolves around the product. Know what I mean? I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Yeah, you're investing your money. You should make sure it's worth it. But it's not that everybody's gonna do the same. But generally, these kind of people, they are gonna mess up. They're the ones asking for refunds and affecting your, and which results to chargebacks and maybe temporary shutdowns of your Stripe and stuff like that. which you do not want, right? And your product, and these people, as I said, they're broke, they do not have the time to go through all that stuff, and rich people do not have the time either. But given that, even if they do have the time, they try to do all sorts of like nasty stuff with it. They try to pirate it. Um, they try to say that what it's not, and they just mentally drain you. So that's why they're gonna filter out the poor ones, and the price does the job. But if people still like sign up, they have to do it on their own risk. And I hope they do I believe they do the job of qualifying the prospect, because they do not want random people into the whatever they have. And probably they're gonna, whenever somebody buys from you, they get transferred to the most aware state, which is 5 stages of awareness that we talked about earlier on the video. What were we talking about? Next thing, yeah, that's it. And whenever you're most aware, you're targeting the most aware audience, like they have a lot of things to like upsell them later on. This is just like the front end. Even though like this is like a 2K product or something, I still really like this is front end for them, because these people have a lot of money saved up, and if they're trying to invest on certain stock or certain stuff like that, there are a lot of like, I like to repeat my initial point that I made like in the early section of the video, is that these people tend to have the highest average order value and highest lifetime value. You can milk a lot of money out of them in a good sense. I'm not saying that it's a bad. You know that, right? You're advertising for a reason. You're trying to position yourself as the best for the reason, because you do not want your ideal prospects to get scammed. Let's continue. I'm yapping too much.
You would like to? We're going to show you how.
And if you want to maximize the use of your existing resources, plug some leaks, create more cash flow so you can reach financial independence in 5 to 10 years instead of 30 like everybody else, you'll completely get it on this training.
You say like everybody else, you see like how they're trying to stand out.
If you're concerned about the banking crisis and where you should be storing your hard-earned money, we're going to show you where.
And if you want to opt out of the hustle and grind lifestyle for good, I know what that's like, we'll provide the same roadmap that we're on.
If you hire professionals to do the hard work for you so that you...
So yeah, if you hire professionals, right, they're trying to shit on the alternatives. They're going to probably charge you blah, 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 but we're going to give it to you free.
You can go further faster. That's why we're here.
And most important,
they did not use embarrassing.
If you want to empower your children or your grandchildren, just like we have, to build an unshakable financial foundation early in their life so they can have better options, live without financial stress.
Yeah, which is what the ideal prospect wants, right? If they grew up maybe poor, maybe they're doing good in their job or something like that, they are financially smart, they want to save up for the future, they want the children to become financially smarter and be able to enjoy the stuff that they were not able to do that, which is kind of awesome. Like, parents are great, right, in this sense. And they're saying everything, like whatever they just said, it's like music to the ideal prospect ears. He or she wants financial freedom. He or she wants financial freedom fast, right? Independent, but they're not like, yeah, everybody knows that you have to go through the business route to get wealthy, else if you just want, because you're not going to have enough money. Duh. Like, you'd have to wait 10, 20, 30 years, which is what the ideal prospect does not want. He wants money now, and he wants to retire now. You hear all sorts of people retiring early on and blah, 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 and stuff like that, and you want to get there as well. So what they just said is like music to their ears. Because like Jim, is his name Jim? I forgot, man. Let's say Jim, for example, has been through the whole 9 to 5 route, so he knows, right, the ideal prospect. They are, see, like, this is, by the way, like, look at the setup. They seem kind of wealthy, kind of rich, right? But they also have the normal look, right? Normal family. This is like, they represent the ideal prospect in the clothes they wear and the voice and the tune. Like, everything, right? The background, their clothes, their speech, themselves, the way they present themselves, right? The shirt, the bottom, the average amount of fat, the bald head, right? You wouldn't have, it wouldn't have the same effect like if I was in this guy's position, right? So there's that element as well. That's why I don't think I can run a, these kind of promos like targeting people above the age of 35, because I'm not above the age of 35 myself. And the best thing in this space is, practice what you preach, or let's say like represent what you do yourself. And and I'm not able to do that,
then you're going to love this free training.
So if that sounds good to you, I want to invite you to click the big button below that says, show me how you can help us. Enter your details and we'll show you everything we do for our family and other families from coast to coast.
Thanks again for stopping by, and we'll see you on the inside.
We'll see you on the inside.
Friendly sign off. There's not much to this. Just, yeah, we're spending too much time on the opt-in page, but yeah, you might say like, oh, this guy's spending too much time on the opt-in page. That's the last thing that you should focus on. No, this is when the prospects the most hot, in a literal sense. Like, think about any creator. That what do? Like, generally when you find someone who has great content, wow, like all of a sudden you're scrolling, and all of a sudden you're scrolling on YouTube on a daily, right, as usual, and you see this kick-ass headline, and the video is going viral. You click on the video, you watch it, you like the content, you fuck with it, then you go to this channel, you consume more of the content, and maybe in one of his videos he mentions about clicking the link in the bottom below, like, and then they discuss about maybe you have this, right? We have blah blah blah. Okay, so you think that this is even more valuable, right? Maybe the video is just a portion of the whole thing. Maybe this guy really knows what he's talking about. So you sign up, and when you get there, it is a piece of the puzzle, right? A huge piece of the puzzle. Because what this does is, right now they got them to act and land on this page. Now this page has to maintain the curiosity and maintain the novel element that they have just associated with your brand, and it has to not fuck up. Because if your opt-in page, or let's say if your lead magnet itself is whack as hell, then it's gonna mess up the whole sales system, and you'd have to keep on continuing the flow. That is the job of this. That is what this is trying to do. So when you opt in, so the page is down, by the way. We're not going. So congrats, it worked. What worked? Meaning they're just trying to build up the momentum. Yeah, they got you to act. Congrats. And whenever you congratulate anybody for an action, they are more inclined to keep on continuing doing that, right? Think about when you were as a child, people, if your parents praised you for getting good grades, then you're more inclined to getting good grades. Oh wow, I get so much love when I get this specific number on a piece of paper that I wrote with a pen or ink, right? Something like that. When you like strip down these basic human stuff that we do on the daily, and like go back to the first principle, it just does not make sense, right? But it's not about that. But this is, yeah, trying to build up the momentum that they just started, or which has started probably when they first saw the ad, or the subject line, the email subject line. Maybe they first saw the ad, maybe when they first saw the podcast or the video or stuff like that. Watch the full video. Also, okay, there's the VSL, now ad scene. Now same, they're just building up on what they had on the last page. They're just keeping it, right? They're just maintaining all of the stuff. There's a reason that they did this. We do this as marketers. Don't just take our word for it, right? More testimonials. Yeah. So majority of the selling will be done in the VSL. You do not want them to, go through, like, yeah, you can have a sales page with a VSL plus the sales assets, or you could have a standalone VSL itself, or you could just have the VSL, but some form of social proof and some copy here and there. Now the videos does majority of the selling. It's been framed as that. It's probably like what it is. We're not gonna watch it. And step one is to watch the full video, the master class, what they promised in the opt-in page. Yeah, it's just flowing, right? It's flowing. It's not that they actually to sign up for they signed you up for the master class and then all of a sudden they're talking about how you can solve your arthritis. No, right? You'd have to maintain the flow, and you also have to, whenever I talk about, these are two extreme examples, right? But even if they're not, right, even if you mess it up enough, then it's people are gonna drop off. And if they drop off, they're not going to consume your VSLs. And if they do not consume your VSL, ain't no way in the world are they buying. So there's that. So I don't think I'm going to break down this itself. You can go to wealthyiq.com and /video and watch it yourself if you want to do that. I don't know when you're watching this. Probably it's removed by the time, or you have a separate one. Next thing, email. Your video, your proof awaits. And this was the subject line, which is what I just signed up for masterclass. If they had, or Jeff, I call him Jim. If he had talked about masterclass, it sounds kind of vague because your audience, your prospects inboxes are filled with stuff like these. Now, if you say the masterclass, or let's say prosperity, something like talk about your stuff, right? Your proof awaits, kind of vague subject line. I've changed this. Maybe this works, maybe this does not, but I'd still change it and use something like, your masterclass awaits, right? Prosperity, what was the hell? Prosperity, predictable prosperity, or something like that. Masterclass, something, you use these type of words because they know, right? They just heard about it. They were recently just on the page, and which is probably like circulating around the head. And if you use that in this email as well, then they're more likely to open. It just makes sense, right? What I've said hopefully makes sense for you. Hey Sammy, I just wanted to say thank you for trusting me enough to watch the on-demand masterclass. Okay, now giving the context. Now context and promise CTA. Context, promise, CTA, right? Well, seriously, on behalf of myself and I want you to know that we are truly excited. I know I'm helping from coast to coast. This is going to be an absolute game changer for you. Same emotions. It's going to be a game changer for you. You're going to be wealthier. You're going to have enough money when you retire, and you're going to build generational wealth. These are the big ideas, and this is what going to be maintained throughout the entire life cycle. The entire conversion cycle per customer. You can click here to watch the masterclass now. Now this is probably gonna go to the same page, this one. Congratulations, it worked. Yeah. So step one, here's what you need to do now to get started. Whitelist and prioritize all emails from Wealthy IQ. And so this is you can do this. You can ask them to, you can give multiple different CDAs, but in your welcome email alone, you should not try to use like different CDAs. But you could break the rules sometimes. You could get away with it, but you should not keep on doing it, right? Make pattern interrupts. Do not make pattern interrupts a pattern, right? By whitelisting my email address, you'll be sure to. This is what people do, right? They sign up. They thank the prospect for opting in. They give the link to the lead magnet, whatever they promised in the opt-in page, and the next step is probably going to be whitelist. But if your emails aren't getting through to you, you will miss these important updates and won't receive the full benefit of being a subscriber. So please take the following simple actions to make sure nothing slips through the cracks. Follow the whitelisting protocol. If you're email, okay, whitelisting instructions, very, very important, because if you want your deliverability, and if you don't want any deliverability issues in the future, and maybe burn out your domain or something like that, You should do this, and you should also have the SMTP, DKIM and DKIM SPF setup, right? Create a special wealthy IQ folder where you can archive my emails after reading them. This is important by creating a okay, step 2. Let's connect it 2 seconds and join the Wealthy IQ Facebook page, as this will be our primary method to share new information. They did not mention about any offer at the moment, which is probably going to happen later in the video. Let's close this for the record. And okay, follow them in the socials. We are dedicated to providing you with the best online and offline information to help you take control quickly and efficiently. If there's anything, I don't like this said there, like control of what, right? I need to be the email copywriter. I should. That's all there is. This is a welcome email. How could you fuck up a welcome email? You cannot, and they haven't. So, that's all there is. I'm gonna print it out and send it over, and attach it to the swipe file. If you need it, you can ask for it. Maybe like DM me in the Instagram or Twitter or wherever you can. If you're watching this video, I don't know who else is, because I haven't gotten any views for the last 10, 20, 30 days since I opened this channel or started this. Okay. By the way, we broke down the entire funnel, but I'm only adding the email because this is the only one that comes that is not distorted when I print out. Anyways, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got something out of it. It's a 47-minute video, and yeah, it's all right. I mean, I tend to, I try to compress the video size and try to do a 30 or 20, 30-minute video. But I usually like, I get into my flow state and I start explaining all sorts of stuff, and I get passionate about it. And I keep on explaining all sorts of stuff, imagining that you're just a new beginner, and I go into the rabbit hole of doing it from scratch, and then I have recorded a 1-hour video. But it does not matter to me, because I'm learning to get more articulate in these videos, and I'm putting myself out there, practicing, speaking in front of camera. I hope that this is gonna help me do something in future. I believe this is not a waste of time. I hope it does something. I don't care though, because it's fun to I have to keep myself up to date with the current marketing world. Yeah, you could break down the sales data from 20, 30 years ago, which was the control for 20 upcoming years, and extract the sales principles from them. But you also need to see what people are currently using, and see what the current situation, and be aware of the current market is what I'm trying to say.